What's a good word, everyone? It's your boy DKB here. I just want to say thanks for all the support. The channel's been steadily growing, and the number you see below, you can drop a text, shoot a voicemail, any ideas, topics, collabs, etc. you guys want to see. I'll include them in future videos and live streams, and I'll catch you again. Be easy. What's a good word, Jets fans? It's your boy DKB here. We just got done talking about the rookie that's making the most noise from our 2025 draft class. This time, we're talking about the undrafted free agent that's making waves across Jets rookie minicamp and his running back, Donovan Edwards, who many consider to be our best undrafted free agent pickup, at least from a scouting standpoint, I guess a grading standpoint, you can say, right? I think he still has a draftable grade. You can make the case, I guess, Brady Cook as well, but I think universally Donovan Edwards kind of takes the cake there. But he's been titled the biggest winner of Jets rookie mini camp, and you have to be excited. I know our running back room is stock full of talent, right? I'm still a huge fan of Isaiah Davis. Love what we seen out of Braylon Allen early last year, and then Brees Hall still feels like he could be that guy, right? He could be quote unquote him. But it never hurts to have just a top down foundation of guys that can come in and have starting level qualities and ability, right? And Donovan Edwards could be that fourth guy for us. He can maybe fill a Ty Johnson type role. You look at the Bills, for example, and how they rotate in running backs and a number of other teams that have had solid rushing success. So it's not unheard of, if we decide we want to carry four guys, including having a fullback. But he's touched the ball more than anyone else during the open periods, according to a bunch of sources that I've seen that have spoken to this. And some of the things that have really been highlighted about him is the fact that he showed a ton of patience. He showed good maneuverability, which I think when you talk about the open field isn't a concern whatsoever. I think what he does in space is definitely in that above average to elite territory. And we talked about this in my undrafted breakdown video of him as well. But it's nice to see it on display here early and often. But they also talked about, for one, another piece of great news, there being gaping holes, but two, that he's been able to find a lot of those. And obviously, those have turned into big plays. And the reason why that is extremely important is because one of the knocks on him from a scouting standpoint is that he has some issues processing when it comes to running between the tackles, finding either that hole that's initially open and then being able to burst through it, or just processing where the holes will open up. And then you get into other issues where there's not going to be creativity with him being able to bounce things outside and making things happen. And so this is early great signs for him. And so to not only have one guy, and let's putting it out there, right? Arian Smith is one person from the draft class. He's not the only guy. I'm gonna end up dropping a full recap video probably tomorrow of just all the standouts and guys that maybe didn't get, or maybe guys that didn't take advantage of that rookie mini camp as well. But the draft class as a whole seemed to have pretty strong reviews across the board. And then you get into this undrafted group, and where we've generally had some strong success, right? Whether it's due to need or just because some guys have stepped up. It's nice to see that you're getting a little bit from both, especially at a time where you're taking a backseat from looking at these veterans and not necessarily having to have questions prepared or this idea in mind of what you're looking for when it comes to seeing Garrett Wilson and when it comes to seeing the offensive line, Olu in year two, and Simpson, can he continue the success he saw, and Titman and AVT and all these other things, right? The defensive pieces moving around. It's nice to see that you have someone else that is stepping up to the plate, because that's what this is all about, right? Who can capture the attention early, and then as you get into the other phases of the offseason, it's going to be about who can continue that momentum and still show, now with the presence of the veterans, now with the coaching staff putting more and more on the plate as they continue to get deeper into their install bag, who's showing that they have the ability to hit the floor running. And so I have hopes for Donovan Edwards. I've seen a couple of you guys chat, for example, as well about trying to move him maybe into like a receiver type role as well, with the ability that it brings out of the backfield. And I think it would be a smart play, right? I think he shows some level of adaptability to be put on the line of scrimmage, split out wide, and you can see if he can make some things happen that way as well. there's going to be some things, right? These are the three questions we're consistently going to try to look for answers to, right? And Aaron Glenn pointed this out as part of his process for the rookies. Can they learn? Are they coachable? Can they play special teams? And so far, at least in Arian Smith and Donovan Edwards' case, I would make the argument that you can say you're checking off some of those boxes, which is a huge plus. But let me know what you guys think. Would it be smart to carry Donovan Edwards if he makes a strong case as running back four on this roster, or could he be lost to the numbers game? I think at some point, let's just say he doesn't stay on the same trajectory, but he just kind of has an up and down. The highs are pretty high, the lows are, relative to normal rookie mistakes. He's going to end up on somebody's roster, right? And so maybe that just doesn't benefit the Jets, where we maybe cater to some other positions of need. But let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you guys again. Peace.